So I'm now going to pass over to a very special guest. We're passing over to the UN Youth Envoy, who is sharing with us a pre-recorded address.
Colleagues, friends, greetings from New York. My name is Jayatma Vikramanayaka and I am the United Nations Secretary General's Envoy on Youth. Thank you for the invitation to join you today for this important event. As you might know, a core part of my mandate is to bring the United Nations closer to young people and young people closer to the United Nations. The greatest tool I have to do this is Youth 2030, the UN's first ever system-wide strategy on youth. Since the strategy was launched in 2018, I've had the pleasure of working very closely with other UN agencies, funds, programs, our UN country teams, and young people themselves in bringing this strategy to life. Our common vision is a world in which the human rights of every young person are realized, a world that ensures every young person is empowered to achieve their full potential, and a world that recognizes young people's agency, resilience, and their positive contributions as agents of change. The aim of Youth 2030 is to scale up global, regional, and national actions to meet young people's needs, realize their rights, and tap into their possibilities as agents of change. This strategy is ambitious. It is guiding the UN system in stepping up support for the empowerment of young people while ensuring that the UN's work fully benefits from their insights and ideas. We have seen some progress on these fronts over the recent years, but we still have a long way to go to ensuring better youth participation and representation across the board. Through this strategy, we have an opportunity to meaningfully integrate youth into the realization of the 2030 agenda, weaving them not just as beneficiaries, but as key actors who are playing a critical role in contributing to a more sustainable future. Young people are always stepping up to the challenge. I have seen this in my work in conflict-affected areas, in humanitarian settings, and in the most vulnerable communities around the world where young people are taking leadership in finding solutions. From protesting on the streets for climate action to acting as first responders and volunteering during the COVID-19 pandemic, young people have repeatedly shown that they're not only the most resilient, but also are the most resourceful in times of crisis. As many of you are likely aware, despite some important progress, overall action to meet the Sustainable Development Goals is not yet advancing at the speed or scale required. That is why last year marked the start of an ambitious decade of action to deliver the SDGs by 2030. The COVID-19 pandemic and its impact on all 17 SDGs has shown that what began as a health crisis has quickly become a human and socio-economic crisis, threatening to undo important sustainable development progress. Yet, despite being disproportionately affected by COVID-19, young people have demonstrated extraordinary courage, leadership, solidarity, and innovation in their desire to build a more sustainable, peaceful, and just world for current and future generations. Today, the world is home to the largest generation of youth in history. With more than half of the world's population under the age of 30, they represent the greatest opportunity we have for accelerating development and achieving the SDGs in the decade of action. To achieve the SDGs, we must engage a generation of young people who know about the goals, who care about the goals, and who actively work towards their realization. The world already has the knowledge and the resources and the tools to achieve the goals. Young people have the energy, the ingenuity, and ambition to make them a reality. With less than 10 years left to achieve the SDGs, I'm calling on all policymakers everywhere to urgently make greater investments in youth, from education to healthcare to training and creating decent jobs. Building the capacities of young people and ensuring they have the opportunities to achieve their full potential will be critical to delivering the 2030 agenda. There is no better investment a country can make than in the capacities and potential of its young people. At the same time, I encourage young people around the world to continue to actively engage in these issues and hold their governments accountable. From its inception, the UN was envisioned to unite stakeholders everywhere to tackle the world's greatest challenges. As we look to recover better from COVID-19, now more than ever, we need all stakeholders to join efforts in steering our world into a more equitable, inclusive, and sustainable path. Today's young people recognize this perhaps more than any other generation in history. So let's give them an opportunity to lead. I look forward to continuing to work hand in hand with all of you to ensure that the UN is ready and able to deliver together with and for young people everywhere. Achieving the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 depends on it. Thank you.